Woo! Welcome back, everybody. Glad you're here. Man, I went down a rabbit hole that I stayed in way too long. I ran across a video from another channel. They were covering top 20 80s songs, great 80s songs that you never heard of. I actually knew like 10 of them. And once they played some of the others, I actually kind of vaguely remember some of them. So being an 80s guy, like, I remember a lot of that music. But of course, you watch that video, the algorithm kicks in, you start going down a rabbit hole. And while I was down there, I ran across this one that I haven't heard in, I don't know how many years. Probably close to 30 because it came out in like 92. But the name of the band is Shakespears' Sister. The name of the song is Stay. And I just remember, I remember it vaguely, but I remembered like the first time I heard it, it was just haunting. And it was just a really cool song. Video is pretty cool too, from what I remember. And ended up like being really big in Britain. Did pretty well in the United States from what I recall, but I think they were just a one-hit wonder. I don't remember any other songs that came out of there. And I was like, holy cow, I remember Shakespears' Sister. Whatever happened to them? So I actually looked them up real quick. And they actually broke up for like 26 years. They got into this huge fight because of this song. Marcella, who's the second girl to sing on here, got upset because Chiffon, the first girl to sing on here, had too many vocals in the song compared to her. It's like a 3-minute song, but she had like, I don't know, whatever it was. They got into this huge argument, broke up, didn't speak for like 26 years. Apparently they got together a couple years ago. I haven't heard anything about it, so I don't know if anything came of it. But they went from being like this up and coming, really great band that won a bunch of awards to disappearing. Chiffon, you might recognize her. She's the one on your left there. Was actually in Bananarama, which some of you may remember from the 80s. Their big hit was Cruel Summer. And she started Shakespears' Sister as a solo project and then brought Marcella on. And then after she pretty much like kicked Marcella out because of the feud, she kept it as a solo, but it didn't really do a whole lot in the States. Apparently in Europe, they did pretty good. But here we didn't really hear anything more about them. So I'm going down and I see this song pop up and I'm like, holy cow, I'm going to review that song because I haven't heard it in forever. And I really need to check it out. So I'm going to check it out. So without further ado, because that was a long intro anyway, this is going to be Shakespears' Sister with Stay.
Try to go alone. Don't think I'll understand. Oh, stay with me. Stay with me.
Wow. I love her voice. It is so great. Like those high notes she hits, just so like they're on top of just like this really minimalistic synth in the background, like no bass, no drums, no guitar, just like this haunting ode to like begging her boyfriend not to end it all, right? If this world is wearing thin and you're thinking of escape, I'll go anywhere with you. Just wrap me up in chains. But if you try to go alone, don't think I'll understand. Stay with me. Like, that's pretty cool. So it's a really dark subject, and it's really haunting, and just her voice is just so perfect for it. It just sounds really great. I love it. Man, they don't make music like this anymore, man.
In the silence of your room, in the darkness of your dreams, you must only think of me. There can be no in between when your pride is on the floor. I'll make you beg for more. Stay with me. Stay with me.
I like that. In the silence of your room and the darkness of your dreams, you must only think of me. There can be no in between. And when your pride is on the floor, I'll make you beg for more. Stay with me. So it's like, it's all or nothing. Like, you're either with me or you're not with me. Like, you can't give up and just walk away. Like, you have to be here, and you just need to surrender your pride. You just need to, and, just give up and make a choice. And I'll make you beg for it if you don't, like, get to that point. Like, it's such a really dark subject, and it's such a difficult one, especially today. Like 30 years ago, like this, there really wasn't a lot of conversation about things like this, and bringing it this way and kind of having, doing it in this dark, echoey, gothic kind of presentation is just, back then, was like really unheard of. Like, maybe some bands like Depeche Mode and The Cure like kind of delved into this stuff. So it really came out of Britain. You didn't, along with the new wave a little bit, but it didn't really come out of America at all. You just didn't have gothic songs like this being written back then in America. So it came over here, and if it stuck, it stuck, and if it didn't, it didn't. So it's probably why they may have been like a one-hit wonder. But, this is very like ahead of its time. Today, it's common. This really like opened up the whole goth culture and everything else. So it's really, really cool. And I just love the way they do it. Minimalistic, and just, going straight for like an emotional point with you and getting there. It's really cool.
You better hope and pray that you make it safe back to your own world. You'd better hope and pray that you wake one day in your own world. 'Cause when you sleep at night, they don't hear your cries in your own world. Only time will tell if you can break the spell back in your own world.
Yeah, so cool. Like, she comes in, this is the other girl, Marcella, I think is her name. She comes in and she's representing, like the Grim Reaper, like the other side. You better hope and pray that you make it safe back to your own world. You better hope and pray that you'll wake one day in your own world, that you don't stay here. Because when you sleep at night, they don't hear your cries in your own world. Only time will tell if you can break the spell back in your own world. Like, if you stay down here too long, if you stay in this depression too long, if you stay in this dreamland too long, trying to escape the real world, like, you're nobody's going to hear you. Nobody's going to be able to help you. Like, you're going to be stuck here. It's really, really cool. And just that bass and drums driving, still like pretty minimalistic with the music. Really cool. Awesome. Man, such a great song. I remember just loving that song when I first heard it. And I love the name of the band also, Shakespears Sister. What a great name for a band. Really aces there too. Really killed it with that. But what'd you think? Did you like it? Maybe not. I don't know. It's one of those songs that today doesn't really impress. I think 30 years ago it had a much bigger impression. I don't think I'd even probably think twice hearing that song today. But back then it was just so different and ahead of its time, and just being so minimalistic with the music and really using the lyrics to drive home the point of the whole thing was just really cool. I really love it. The way it's layered, the way they follow through on it, the way it's constructed, just really, really, really great song. So I hope you like it. If you did, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We're always looking for music you've never heard of, whether it's from 30 years ago or from 30 seconds ago. This is what I try to find and bring to you guys and give you a little bit more of an eye-opening experience with music. So do me a favor and share this with your friends, neighbors, loved ones, complete strangers. But most important, please drop me a comment. Let me know what you think below. And I guess I'll see you next time. Y'all be good. Y'all stay safe. I love you. God loves you. Peace.